Hey guys, Anthony here. Good morning. It is Thursday, July 18th, 2024. And the video I want to do today is just open up a discussion and get it out there regarding the number one. I'm going to look at, or we're going to look at the Republican Party's platform webpage. I'll include it in the link below. But I want to talk about and just read through the 20 points that it discusses because I've been having ongoing discussions with people regarding when I asked them if Donald Trump is elected and if elections were to be held today, it looks like he would have enough votes to be elected with an overwhelming majority with the current political system set up the way it is. But with Joe Biden going out with COVID yesterday afternoon, I think that now the Democrats are going to start the process of moving Biden out and setting up the next team, if you will. And so with that, I asked the people in the group that I belong to, because they're real big on, he's going to win, definitely going to win. When he gets in, all these changes are going to be made. It's not going to be like the first time, because I said, well, what about the first 4 years? He said he was going to drain the swamp, jail certain people, blah, blah, blah. All these things that he said, but what he actually did. And then they always go back to, yeah, but it was better under the famous answer I get is things were better under Trump. And I agree, yes and no. Were there some things better? Yes. But there were things good under Obama when Obama was in office for 8 years and things that were bad. So I think you could say that about every administration. This one, however, these last 4 years, almost everything is bad, which I haven't seen in my entire 61 years living. So with any president that has been selected to office or elected, if you will, there's been some good things that happened, bad things that happened. When Obama was in, gun sales went through the roof. People went out and purchased guns and ammo, etc. But again, I witnessed Obama doing a lot of what he said he was going to do. He put people into place, into positions of power in the three-letter agencies, in the military, in his cabinet. He brought people in that were going to be loyal to him and the party moving forward, whether he was in office or not. And so he did a very good job on that, I think. I don't agree with his policies, nor did I vote for him, but he did do what he said he was going to do. That I definitely think he has over on what Trump did. When Trump was in office, he said a lot of things but didn't do them. In fact, he was beaten down by a system put in place by Obama that kept him off balance his whole 4 years. And then at the close of his presidency, when we had the pandemic, the pushing of the arm ticket, the lockdowns, all this type of things, the riots, Donald Trump didn't really do too much that I saw. I think he was either he was manipulated or he was part of the system that came into place regarding the pandemic and the lockdowns and the further destruction of the country, which brings us to where we are today. And so let's take a look at the Schedule F, I think. Schedule F is, I think, something that he has a plan to, and I'll put a link to that also in the description, get rid of or fire or terminate up to 50,000 key federal workers that are, I guess, the swamp, if you will, that will make a big difference in people being loyal to him moving forward, when he gets into office. So I think that's separate from what we're going to be looking at here. This here is the platform of the Republican National Committee. I'll put it into, it's dated July 8th, 2024. It goes into, has like an introduction, and then it goes down here. To make clear our commitment, we offer the American people the 2024 GOP platform to make America great again. Okay, that's fine. It is a forward-looking agenda that begins with the following 20 promises that we will accomplish very quickly. So keep in mind, accomplish and very quickly if he is elected. Remember this, print this out. Accomplish, number one, get it done, and very quickly. When we win the White House and the Republican majorities in the House and Senate. Okay? A lot of things look good on paper to people, and they appeal to people's emotions and our hope, because there's a lot of people that are down and out, that have lost everything in this current administration, that through inflation and higher taxation, etc., their wealth is being stripped away, specifically the middle class, of which I am a part of. It's happened to me, and it's hit home with me, and I'm sure it's been that way with many of you. I mean, no one's immune. Very few people in the middle class are immune to what's taking place. I mean, when I go to the grocery store, it's got to be more than double it was not too long ago. Let's say that. When I go to the grocery store, I don't walk out. I go in to pick up a few items, and it always ranges between 140 and 175 bucks, and I don't even get that much stuff. I'm talking about a few pieces of meat, and then the rest, bread, heavy cream, milk, eggs, and I try to buy healthier things. Everything's like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bucks, including the bread I buy. The bread I buy is Ezekiel bread. It's frozen. It's almost $9 a loaf, because I don't buy the white bread. I'll buy some white rolls in the bread department, cut them and use them. Have a roll with butter in the morning or something, or my egg or my burger on it, rather than have it on the Ezekiel bread. But other than that, our wealth is being stripped away just buying the necessities, let alone everything else going up. At prices at the pump, gas, higher taxes on home insurance and taxes for your home, HOA fees. When you factor all these things in, the middle class particularly is getting hit like a juggernaut. And so I want to read these 20 things, and then you guys can chime in and tell me if this is possible for Trump to do, or his administration to do. Number one, seal the border and stop the immigrant invasion. Now, I have probably going to do separate videos on some of these because I don't want to spend a lot of time on this video. Number two, carry out the largest deportation operation in American history. So number 1 and 2, I want to do a very a big discussion, a deeper dive on that, on how that would look for America. 3, end inflation and make America affordable again. Now, all these things sound pretty good to me on paper. Make America the dominant energy producer in the world by far. Stop outsourcing and turn the United States into a manufacturing superpower. Large tax cuts for workers and no tax on tips. Defend our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, and our fundamental freedoms, including the freedom of speech, of religion, and the right to keep and bear arms. That was number 7. Number 8, prevent World War III, restore peace in Europe and in the Middle East, and build great Iron Dome missile defense shield over our entire country, all made in America. Very bold predictions, a very bold endeavor there to end all wars and bring world peace. There's another book that talks about that also. bringing, when they say peace and safety, what we should do. But I won't get into that in this video. Number 9, end the weaponization of government against the American people. Number 10, stop the migrant crime epidemic, demolish the foreign drug cartels, crush gang violence, and lock up violent offenders. That's number 10. Now again, everything sounds fantastic on paper. Rebuild our cities, including Washington, D.C., making them safe, clean, and beautiful again. Strengthen and modernize our military, making it, without a question, the strongest and most powerful in the world. Keep the U.S. dollars in the world as the world reserves currency. That's going to be a tall order, being that it's being abandoned right now. 14, but again, I'm not going to go into detail on many of these right now. Fight for and protect Social Security and Medicare with no cuts, including no changes to the retirement age. Hallelujah on that, because I am retiring in April of 2025 when I turn 62. I'm going to collect as soon as I'm eligible. Let's put it that way. So I really pray for number 14. Okay? Cancel the electric vehicle mandate and cut costly and burdensome regulations. 16, cut federal funding for any school pushing critical race theory, radical gender ideology, and other inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content on our children. So it sounds to me that on day one or shortly thereafter, all of what we're seeing paraded in front of us on TV every day is going away. And all the people parading it are going to mysteriously disappear into thin air. 17, keep men out of women's sports. I mean, some of this stuff should be common sense for the average, normal, moral, law-abiding person. It shouldn't have to be part of what a government's going to do. Keep men out of women's. There's women's sports. There's men's sports. There's children's sports. You know what? We got to regulate that and keep. Come on, where are we going here? Deport pro-Hamas radicals and make our college campuses safe and patriotic again. That's going to be a tall order, being that most colleges, of the 5,000 colleges in our country, are bought and paid for by monies that are from other countries. But that's another video as well. So a lot of this, again, sounds great on paper. Let's get through it. I got 2 more here. Secure our elections, including same-day voting, voter identification, paper ballots, and proof of citizenship. Great. This sounds good and should be a no-brainer. I've got to show ID for everything else in my freaking life. When I go to motor vehicles, when I do certain things, it's like you got to give up your firstborn. But to vote, just fill out this paper and send it in. We don't need to know who you are. Or maybe you're dead and you could still do it. So how that's going to happen, I don't know. Number 20, unite our country by bringing it to new and record levels of success. So 20 points here. Remember the points of light by George Bush? 20 points of light in the New World Order. When America is united, confident, and committed to our principles, it will never fail. Today, together with love of our country, faith in our people, trust in God's good grace, we will make America great again. A bold statement by the Republican National Committee and Donald Trump for putting out there. And I just want to get your input on this, because I have, in the days down the road here, I plan on doing some videos taking individual of the 20 here and talking about them more in depth. Some go together, so we could knock out a couple with one video. But I'm very concerned with how this is going to be carried out in the fast and furious manner that they're predicting, with all the dissension that we got back in 2020. So all of that's going to go away. I'm just giving you teasers for my future videos. All of what happened in 2020 and the dissension and the division in America, almost down the middle, it seems, is going to all go away, and these things are all going to flow in without any pushback. I'll leave the video there. Let me know what you think. God bless everybody. Stay ready. And Anthony, signing off. Take care.